Life is a journey. Every day we are traveling somewhere. Sometimes the road is smooth, sometimes it is rough. There are seasons when everything seems to flow effortlessly, and there are seasons when every mile feels like a struggle. The same is true of every relationship. No one begins a road trip expecting a flat tire. No one leaves home hoping to sit in traffic for hours. No one intentionally programs the GPS to get lost. Yet if you've traveled long enough, you know these things happen. Relationships are no different. Most relationships begin with excitement. Every conversation is effortless. Every smile feels meaningful. The future appears full of promise. But eventually, reality arrives. The honeymoon gives way to ordinary life. Bills replace butterflies. Responsibilities replace spontaneity. Differences begin to surface. The road becomes more complicated. The question is not whether difficulties will come. The question is whether your relationship is prepared for them. Today I want us to view relationships as a road trip and discover that God has already given us everything we need for the journey. One of the first questions a GPS asks is simple. Where are you going? Without a destination, every road seems acceptable. Many relationships fail long before conflict begins because the couple never agreed on where they were going. Some pursue happiness. Others pursue success. Others pursue comfort. But God's destination is much greater. Marriage was never simply designed to make us happy. It was designed to make us holy. It is a covenant where two imperfect people become more like Christ together. Without God's destination, every disagreement becomes confusing because neither person knows what they are actually working toward. Amos 3 verse 3 asks, "Can two walk together unless they are agreed?" Agreement begins with sharing the same destination. No one drives thousands of miles without checking the vehicle. Oil must be changed. Tires inspected. Fuel replenished. Brakes maintained. Ignoring maintenance eventually creates breakdowns. Relationships work exactly the same way. Love cannot survive on yesterday's affection. Communication must be maintained. Trust must be protected. Forgiveness must be practiced. Kindness must be renewed. Respect must be demonstrated daily. Many people only pay attention to their relationship after something breaks. But wisdom teaches us that prevention is far easier than repair. Small conversations prevent major arguments. Small acts of appreciation prevent emotional distance. Small moments of prayer prevent spiritual drift. Healthy relationships are not built through grand gestures alone. They are built through consistent maintenance. Every driver has experienced unexpected traffic. It feels frustrating because progress suddenly slows. Relationships experience emotional traffic too. Misunderstandings, financial pressures, health concerns, raising children, job changes, family conflicts. These seasons can make us wonder if we've stopped moving altogether. But traffic does not mean the journey has ended. It simply means progress is slower than expected. One of Satan's greatest strategies is convincing couples that temporary difficulty means permanent failure. But God reminds us in Galatians 6 verse 9, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Keep moving. Even slowly is still moving. Every road contains warning signs. Sharp curves ahead. Bridge out. Construction. Slippery when wet. Ignoring these signs can lead to disaster. Relationships also have warning signs. Communication becomes shorter. Affection decreases. Prayer disappears. Small disagreements become constant. Forgiveness is delayed. Criticism becomes normal. Silence replaces conversation. Many relationships do not suddenly collapse. They slowly drift because warning signs were ignored. The wise driver slows down when danger appears. The wise couple pauses before damage becomes destruction. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is stop long enough to repair what has been neglected before continuing the journey. Road construction sometimes forces a detour. It feels inconvenient, longer, unexpected. But often the detour protects us from danger we cannot yet see. Life works the same way. Unexpected illness, financial hardship, job loss, delayed dreams, disappointments. These moments often redirect our lives. Sometimes couples become stronger because of the roads they never wanted to travel. God often develops patience during delays, faith during uncertainty, compassion through suffering, humility through disappointment. Romans 8 verse 28 reminds us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." The detour may change your route, but it cannot cancel God's destination. Modern travelers depend on GPS. When we miss a turn, it calmly says, "Recalculating." It doesn't shame us. It simply redirects us. How beautiful is that picture of God's grace. Every one of us has missed turns. We've spoken careless words, made selfish decisions, allowed pride to take control, held on to unforgiveness. But God is not looking for perfect travelers. He is looking for willing followers. The Holy Spirit continually recalculates our path. His Word becomes our map. Prayer becomes our communication. The Holy Spirit becomes our guide. Psalm 119 verse 105 declares, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." The safest relationship is not one where mistakes never happen. It is one where both people continually allow God to redirect them. Every relationship is traveling somewhere. The question is, where are you heading? Will you allow bitterness to become your destination, or forgiveness? Will pride drive the journey, or humility? Will fear control the steering wheel, or faith? Will you allow culture to become your GPS, or Will you trust the one who designed marriage in the first place? Remember this. Road trips are not remembered because every mile was easy. They are remembered because people stayed together through every mile. Healthy relationships are not built because they avoid storms. They are built because two people refuse to quit when the storms arrive. If Christ remains at the center of your relationship, every obstacle becomes an opportunity for grace. Every delay becomes a lesson in patience, and every difficult mile becomes part of a testimony that glorifies God. The road may be long. The journey may be challenging. But with God as your navigator, His Word as your map, and love fueled by His Spirit, you can arrive at the destination He intended from the very beginning. Because the greatest relationships are not those that never face difficult roads. They are those that keep choosing to travel them together, hand in hand, with Christ leading every step.